Live from Pope Activity Center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, it's time for Piedmont International University basketball. Tonight, the Lady Bruins reach the midway point of the season as they play host to the Johnson & Wales Wildcats. Good evening, everyone. I'm Corey Glorson to bring you all the action here tonight. And this is a critical juncture for this Lady Bruins team, coming off of a thrilling win earlier on in the week, a one-point victory over Voorhees back on Tuesday. Now can the Lady Bruins string some things together here and make a charge as we near the midway point of this season? They'll see a team that's on a hot streak, winners of 3 in a row, the Johnson & Wales Wildcats. We'll get you the starting lineups in just a moment, but first our national anthem and our opening prayer. And for that, we turn to the public address announcer of the Bruins, Matt Malin.
Welcome to the Pope Activity Center here on the campus of Piedmont International University for tonight's matchup between the Johnson & Wales University Wildcats and your Piedmont Bruins. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the singing of the national anthem and the opening prayer. Let's pray. Father God, we are so thankful once again for another week and another day where your grace and your mercy has been lavished upon us. Lord, we're thankful for your love. We pray that you would continue to work in each of our hearts and work in these ladies' hearts now as they play this game that you've gifted them to play. In your name, amen. Now for the starting lineups for the visiting Johnson & Wales Wildcats. Junior, number 12, Brianna Walthall. Sophomore, number 13, Kiara Lloyd. Sophomore, number 14, Chase Muhammad. Freshman, number 21, Kayla Kent. Junior, number 23, Jada Morgan. And now for the starting lineups for your Piedmont Bruins. Standing at 5'10", freshman number 2, Trinity Stark. Standing at 5'8", sophomore number 3, Michaela Wolf. Standing at 5'8", freshman number 4, Liana Hunt. Standing at 5'6", senior number 12, Noni Kumba. And standing at 5'11", junior number 24, Zanaya Kessler.
The starting lineups tonight as we get set for this non-conference matchup between the Lady Bruins and the Lady Wildcats here on a very chilly night in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Head coach Takara Tatum sees her team 5-8 on the season. Once this game concludes, the middle mark of this year will have hit. 14 games down after tonight, 14 games remaining. For Johnson & Wales, just 5-3 on the year under head coach Aram Perunek. They will be dressed in blue jerseys tonight with bright yellow numerals and lettering, white trim around those. The Bruins are dressed in their home white with their light blue numerals and lettering, black trim around those. Anaya Kessler goes up for the tap and wins it back to Trinity Stark, and the Bruins will start things off moving left here on your computer screen or mobile device. Goes to Stark in the right wing, who nearly stumbles at the free throw line, gives it off the curl to Hunt. Now a nice feed down low off the back tip, and Kumba on the baseline cannot get the shot to go, was trapped too far underneath the basket. Chase Muhammad will run the show, the sophomore for Johnson & Wales, winners of 3 in a row heading into this contest here tonight. Up to the top of the key, Kiara Lloyd, and a whistle and an offensive foul, an illegal screen set by Jada Morgan.
Foul called on the Wildcats.
And the first turnover in the books.
Basketball.
33 seconds into the contest tonight. For the Bruins, it's been a little bit of one on, one off, and there's a miscue right there after the backcourt inbounds from Michaela Wolf. She sent it into the front court, and then it was sent right back to her. And there's a turnover on the over and back. Noni Kumba sent it right back into the backcourt. Still looking for her first points in this one. Nearly a minute old. The tie-up at the free throw line. It's a nice job by Michaela Wolf.
It remains Wildcat basketball.
Got a paw on Kiara Lloyd's basketball. It'll stay with the Wildcats. 9:17 remaining in quarter number 1. 81-80 the victory for Johnson & Wales. Check that for Piedmont International, their last time out here at home on Monday. Lob up top from the baseline, and Muhammad trying to work her way around Wolf, and does. Nice Euro step down the lane, but she blows the layup. And there for the rebound is Trinity Stark, and then a foul in the backcourt. Chase Muhammad tried to set a little bit of a pick in front of Michaela Wolf, and foul. Still no score in this one. Johnson & Wales off of a 55-50 victory, their last time out over Apprentice. That was a conference matchup and EMAC ball. But don't be fooled by that number. This team is a very good offensive club, averaging 78 points a game. Top of the key for the Bruins. Leanna Hunt goes to the post. Kessler at the elbow, now goes up top. Stark for 3, back iron no. Rebound Karams to the far corner in front of the JWU bench. And it'll be brought up by Kiara Lloyd. To the wing goes Kent, baseline floater in. And our first points of the game, a minute 30 in, goes to Kayla Kent. It's 2-0 JWU. Left wing for Michaela Wolf down the lane. She has a nice reverse layup, and she gets that one to fall in off the glass. Tied at 2. As we approach 2 minutes gone here in this opening quarter. Off the screen, Kent down the lane, loses it, stumbles right in the restricted area. The basketball kicks off of Kessler and rolls out of bounds. It will stay with the Lady Wildcats. And Takara Tatum will make a couple of substitutions here as Alicia McLeod and Ashley Lane come in. Kessler checks out, so does Leanna Hunt. Baseline left inbounds to the left wing. And Kayla Kent drives, now kicks. 3 on the way from the right wing is good for Chase Muhammad. And it's 5-2 Wildcats. Quickly down the floor, Kumba has it. She stops high to the right. Ashley Lane out of San Diego will go to the left wing for Michaela Wolf. Now she stops, picks and pops for 3. Good, nothing but net for Michaela Wolf. Got a little bit of a screen off the feed from Ashley Lane. And she decided to just yank it right there. She's got all 5 for the Bruins. We're tied at 5. Dangerous pass, batted into the backcourt. Kumba tries to track it down. She has it along the baseline, muscles her way to the basket, and the Bruins have their first lead of the night. The senior Kumba tipped the pass into the backcourt and then worked around Jada Morgan, and it's 7-5 Bruins. A whistle and a foul on the elbow as driving was Lloyd, and she got bumped on the way to the basket by Ashley Lane. It's the first foul for PIU. With 7:16 remaining here in the first quarter. 7-5 Lady Bruins. Wildcat basketball, low post inbounds. Anisha Hankerson in for the first time. Tried to muscles her way to the left. Misses the shot but gets the rebound over McLeod. Now we'll bring it back up high. Muhammad wanted the 3. Now she'll drive instead, and she is fouled on the way to the bucket. She lost the basketball, maybe even traveled a little bit there, but the foul will get called instead. And that will be called a shooting foul. From this vantage point, it kind of looked like Chase might have been trying to pass it off to the right wing. But instead, a shooting foul is granted. Noni Kumba gets the foul. That's the second on PIU. Now JWU makes their first substitution of the night. Second one short for Muhammad. Rebound battled for. McLeod has it. And a whistle, and Piedmont will get the basketball here. 6:59 remaining here in quarter one. It's 7-6 Bruins. And Lane tries to push the tempo a little bit. Kumba high to the right wing. Slowly eases to the top. Around the horn it goes for Lane. Gets a screen, stops left elbow. Jumper on the way off the mark. And the rebound yanked out of there by Hankerson, but it's stolen away by McLeod, and PIU gets a reset. Lane to the free throw line. McLeod runs into a wall of Hankerson, loses the basketball under the basket. It's stolen away, and then she commits a foul. Jada Morgan wound up with a loose change after McLeod ran right into the larger Anisha Hankerson. Two number 32s down there, the even number on the jersey, but not the size and weight. McLeod loses that battle, and then she commits the foul, her first, with 6:33 remaining in the first quarter. Bruins lead by 1. First of a back-to-back for the Lady Bruins here. They'll be right back at it tomorrow night. They'll travel just down the road to Salem College. Johnson and Wales will head back down to Charlotte after this one comes to its conclusion tonight. Bianca Covington in for the first time. She'll give up top. Morgan fires a three off the mark. And Piedmont will bring it up floor. Kumba triggers down the floor. Trinity Stark muscles her way to the basket. Can't get the shot to drop. JWU wanted a foul call. Nothing was doing, but they have the basketball down 1. Feed for Hankerson is intercepted by McLeod, and then she is bumped and fouled across the timeline. And that was a bit of a frustration foul by Bianca Covington, who threw the errant pass from the wing. And an ill-advised foul because JWU had numbers back there on McLeod on the break. So side court inbounds, nearly right in front of our position. 7-6 Piedmont leads, 5:48 remaining here in the first quarter. Happy to have you alongside here on this very chilly Friday night in the Triad. Travel called on Michaela Wolf as she wound up triple team on the post. And a turnover here for PIU. Temperatures barely crept out of the 30s today, and colder temps are coming here in the Triad. In fact, freezing rain coming tomorrow night. Nice up fake there on the drive by Muhammad as she gets the shot to drop out the baseline in a very tough reverse layup. She up faked the three from the left wing and then drove down the baseline and got the tough shot to drop. She's already up to 6, and the lead back to the Wildcats, but very, very briefly as Piedmont strikes right back. It's 9-8. 3 on the way. Back iron no on the right wing from Muhammad. And Stark with the board. 9-8, under 5 minutes to play, and a whistle called before the ball even crosses the timeline. And Piedmont will get a side court inbounds here. Not entirely sure why. 4:56 remaining now. Yeah, I wonder if the clock had a bit of a malfunction there, and it did. So now we'll slow things down a little bit. Michaela Wolf will run the show. Stops at the elbow, swing to the left corner for Stark. She'll just pull up for 3. Back iron, no. Rebound long, tapped out to the top, and it winds up in the hands of Noni Kumba. She finds down low for Alicia McLeod, and she has her second bucket in a row. Nice feed off the reset there from Kumba. McLeod was left cherry picking, and she's up to 4. The lead is up to 3 for Piedmont, 11-8. Hankerson at the free throw line, dribbles, steps inside the line, now takes the shot from 10, no good. And Ashley Lane will push the tempo here for PIU. Right corner, Stark nearly juked herself out of a 3, takes that one and drills it. Stark didn't want to take the 3 initially, then she did, and it goes down. It's 14-8 and a turnover. Look out from behind as Kumba had it and then didn't see that pressure was coming from behind her. And so she gives up the basketball right back. That Stark field goal is rolled a 2 instead of a 3, so it's 13-8 the score. A 5-point margin here for the Bruins. Hankerson low block left, spins, gets bumped and fouled by Alicia McLeod. That'll be McLeod's second, and it'll be the fourth on Piedmont. With 3:44 remaining, and Anisha Hankerson, the junior forward out of Charlotte, will head to the free throw line for a pair. A couple of substitutions are impending for Takara Tatum. First one for the right-handed shooter, Hankerson. Rips out. Zanaya Kessler and Lily Sanchez come in. Trinity Stark and Alicia McLeod will check things out. 3:44 to go here in the first quarter. And a pretty decent start here for the Bruins, who held on to beat Voorhees back on Monday by 1, but that win snapped a 3-game skid. Second one for Hankerson. Bounces around every part of the rim and drops through. And now Hankerson will take a seat, as she is spelled by Brianna Whitehall. 13-9 the score as we near the end of the first quarter. So it's Lane, Sanchez, Wolf, Kessler, and Kumba on the floor here for Piedmont. Lane at the wing, cross-court feed. Sanchez pulls up for 3. Front iron, back of the glass, and no good. And it's pulled down by Muhammad. She'll push down the right-hand alleyway for JWU. Now down the lane, bump, she traveled, no call. Layup missed, and Kessler skies for the board. Now a long baseball feed down the floor. It's tipped out of bounds. It should stay with Piedmont, and it does. The long feed down the floor was intended for Kumba. And racing back in coverage was Muhammad. She just got a fingertip on it to knock it out of bounds. 3:10 remaining. Bruins up by 4. Wolf will just pick and pop for 3. In and out. And Muhammad with the board, and then a jump ball is called. Just on the rebound, reaching in was Lane to get a paw on that one. This possession will stay with Johnson and Wales. Bruins 13, Wildcats 9 here in the early stages tonight in Winston. Feed down low, intercepted by Kessler. Easy feed for Kessler to pick off, and now she'll break. Right wing 3 on the way. Good! Michaela Wolf has her second triple of the night. 16-9. The Bruin lead. The sophomore Muhammad to the elbow down the lane, bumped and fouled, and she'll head to the free throw line. She was just about to lose control, but Zanaya Kessler wound up getting the way just a tad too early. That's the 5th foul here on Piedmont, so bonus the rest of the quarter for Johnson and Wales. Muhammad's first free throw bounces around and good, the sophomore out of Charlotte. Johnson and Wales, one of 4 universities around the country with that name. I only know that because a buddy of mine went to school at the one in Denver, and he is rooting for not Piedmont tonight. He told me as much. Second one is good for Chase. She's got 8 of the 11 points so far by the Wildcats. His name is Brent. You're okay to not like him tonight. 16-11 is the Bruin lead. 2.5 minutes to go here in the quarter. Lane still running point. She'll ease to the left-hand side and give it up for Michaela Wolf, who's got 8 points already. Quick feed down low. Kessler under the basket. Up and under with the scoop. Kessler's on the board. Quick ball movement there. Now Lane steals the inbounds. And now PIU will reset. The feed to Kumba off her hands. Now she'll feed it up top. Around the horn for Sanchez. Sanchez fumbles it in the corner. Up top for Lane. With 16 on the timer, Lane drives, fouled as she goes up for the shot. Ashley Lane always seems to be in the right spot at the right time. As she picks off the inbound, she was the only Bruin back pressuring, but she was still able to pick off the basketball, and now she'll head to the line for a pair. The sophomore guard out of faraway San Diego, California, makes the first. She's on the board. It's 19-11. Piedmont in the lead. Johnson Wales led early in this one, led 5-2. But ever since then, Piedmont has surged in front. Their largest lead of the night, as it sits right now, looking to expand it, is the sophomore point guard. And she will. Both free throws knocked down. Timeout called by Takara Tatum after the free throws. First timeout called here by Piedmont. It's a 30 with 1:54 remaining here in this opening quarter. It's now Bruins 20, Wildcats 11. The 3-game losing streak that was just snapped by the Lady Bruins featured a really ugly defeat down in South Carolina back on January 5th, in which the Bruins put up just 39 points on the night in a 64-39 defeat. That is far and away their lowest point total of the evening, but they rebounded nicely back home here on Monday with that 81-point effort. 81-80 was the final score. Now they enter this stretch here in which they won't have conference play for a good long while anymore. They face a run of 9 consecutive games out of conference, with tonight being the first of that. Trying to string some momentum together here. It's been a little bit trickier to come by for this Bruins club. In the corner, 3 on the way for Kayla Rogers, no good for Johnson and Wales, and now the Piedmont Lady Bruins will push. Kumba at the top of the key to Sanchez. Quick trigger 3. Bounces in off the glass. It is very difficult to do what she just did. She did not intend for that to be the case, but it took a glancing blow off the backboard and fell into the basket. 23-11 the score with 1:26 remaining. Sanchez not shy about pulling up from distance, and that one was so off the mark, it wound up being a very good shot. Clock had a bit of an issue after the shot, so now a side court inbounds here for Johnson and Wales. Up top, Justice Wallace in for the first time. She finds an open shooter on the left wing who's too strong in the 3. That was Kayla Kent, but the weak side rebound is pulled out of there by Kayla Rogers, and the Wildcats will reset. Down the lane, a travel, but nothing called. Kiara Lloyd's able to feed it off for Kayla Kent, and she gets the floater to go. 23-13. I tell you what, there's been a lot of traveling here, and nothing's being called so far. Keep an eye on that. Under a minute to play. Bruins lead by 10. Michaela Wolf, high to the left, trying to shake free of Rogers, gets a screen to do so. Sanchez over to Kessler in the corner. Back over for Michaela Wolf, who wanted the 3 but forgot the basketball. Now she'll drive down the lane. Tough floater off the front iron, no. Hankerson with the rebound, then Lane reaches in and fights for the jump ball, and Piedmont gets the possession right back. That's the second really smart hustle play by Ashley Lane in the backcourt to get another possession. Now let's see if the Bruins can take advantage with 37 ticks remaining here in the first. Inbound Sanchez, left wing for 3, in and out. Rebound Hankerson this time will pull that one down cleanly with 30 seconds to play. Across the timeline, Kayla Rogers, she has it back checked and stolen. Wolf's all alone on the break, layup good. Michaela Wolf already has 10 points, and it's 25-13. Last shot time here for the Wildcats. 13 seconds remaining. Driving is Lloyd down the lane. Tough shot off the glass. No. Kessler with the rebound with plenty of time. 7 seconds. 6. Lane down the floor. Sanchez picks. Pops for 3. In and out. Rebound on the baseline. And not able to get a shot away was Kumba. But what a furious finish to this quarter for Piedmont International. They lead by 12 after 1 here over Johnson and Wales. Second quarter action next here on your home for the Bruins. This is Piedmont. This is the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
Ministry and theological education does not have to force you into mounds of debt, uproot your family, or stifle your current church ministry. Piedmont International University's Temple Baptist Seminary offers flexible online courses and affordable tuition prices with Scripture as its foundation and practical ministry training as its goal. With concentrations like chaplaincy, marriage and family counseling, leadership, missions, expository preaching, discipleship, and more, finding a program is easy to do. Temple Baptist Seminary at Piedmont International University. Ministry where God calls, seminary where you are. For more information about degree programs and offerings, visit piedmontu.edu.
Michaela Wolf show to start things off tonight. The sophomore with 10 points in that opening quarter. And she has helped surge the Bruins out to a 25-13 lead over Johnson and Wales University. Corey Glorbeck with you. Erica Washburn running the show tonight along with her team of merry men. Zach, Adrian, Mason somewhere around here. Matt's to my left. Welcome in. JW basketball to start off the second quarter. Chase Muhammad goes up top for Morgan, and back to Muhammad. Will play catch. He'll just trigger the right wing three. Back iron no. Kessler skies for the rebound. Hankerson flies in to try and grab it as well, and a jump ball will be called, and it will go to Piedmont. The first basket of the night for Johnson and Wales was a three, and since then they have been 0-4 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Piedmont International has fired away from distance, and they've got 3 triples already. Lane kicks right corner, 3 ball on the way. Custodio first in to start off the second quarter, and Lyric has a triple, the 4th of the night for the Bruins, 28-13. Piedmont more than doubling things up here in the early going of the second quarter. Hankerson being triple teamed in the paint, goes up top for Morgan, drives into the corner. Bianca Covington being hounded nicely by Wolf. So she'll have to give up the basketball for Morgan. Tough fadeaway jumper along the baseline over Kessler goes. That's a very difficult shot, and she knocks it down. It's 28-15. Custodio, high to the right wing. And up top for Wolf, who will slow things down and let her teammates get a little bit of movement going. Now Wolf will drive right in the lane, kicks right corner. Stark for 3, off the mark. So that one overshot everything. Karam's out of bounds and goes to Johnson and Wales. 8:38 remaining here in the first half. The Bruin lead is 13, 28-15. High to the right-hand side. Muhammad gives it up. Hankerson. Now a pass off to the right-hand corner. The deep 2 on the way by Covington. No good, but she fights for her own rebound. Push it off to Hankerson, who's trapped in the paint. Puts it up. Counted in the foul. First team foul on Piedmont. Hankerson has been a bit of a thorn so far to start things off. Arian Rumpf will come in for the first time tonight. She'll grab Trinity Stark. Zanai Kessler also comes back in. So it's Custodio, Lane, Wolf. Noni Kumba checks back in, and now free throw from Hankerson is just a little bit too strong. And Rumpf will bring it up the floor. Gives and goes, and a tough shot by Michaela Wolf. She's bumped in the baseline, and she gets fouled. She'll head to the stripe. So each team with a foul here in the early going in the second quarter. 8:12 remaining. It is 28-17. Michaela Wolf continues to build. Had 17 the other night against Voorhees. She's already up to 11 here tonight. And we're not even 12 minutes old. Misses the second one. Rebound tapped around. It goes off the hands of Jada Morgan and it winds up going to Piedmont. So a break there as both Rumpf and Lane were fighting for that basketball, but Jada Morgan instead knocks it out. And Aram Perunk is not too terribly pleased on the far sideline, the head coach of the Wildcats, about that call. 29-17. And now the Bruins trying to make this a 3 or 4 point trip down the floor here. Down the lane goes Wolf. High arcing runner as she hits the deck hard. Misses the rim. Rebound pulled down by Hankerson. She'll send it down the floor for Kent. Trying to beat the defense. No, she misses the first attempt, but she's all alone for the second. And she's able to pump it home. She's up to 6. 29-19 the score. Up top, Custodio. Quick trigger 3. Back iron, no. There's Rumpf for the offensive board on the weak side. Loses it. Gets it back. It's knocked to the baseline. And now JWU will bring it up. So Rumpf didn't quite know what to do with the rebound there after that. Driving down the lane goes Muhammad. She gets bodied, puts up the shot, no good. The rebound fought for by both Rumpf and Hankerson. And a jump ball called again. It'll stay with the Wildcats. Substitution here for JWU. Kayla Rogers checks back in for Kayla Kent. Baseline right, inbounds goes to Hankerson, low block. She's triple teamed, still gets a shot away, and she's fouled at the very last as Rump put her hand down well after the shot was off the hands of Anisha Hankerson. And so Rump picks up the foul. That's now 2 here on Piedmont. 7:20 to play, and to make this a single-digit deficit for the first time in a while, Anisha Hankerson knocks down the first free throw. She's up to 4. 6'4" junior. Check that 6' junior. The forward out of Charlotte has made her presence felt physically in the paint already here this evening, even if it hasn't shown up on the score sheet that as of yet. Free throw no good on the second attempt, but Muhammad gets the loose change, but she travels on the way to the bucket. And a bit of a sigh of relief there from head coach Takara Tatum after not getting that rebound out the missed free throw. Lead is 9 for the Bruins, 29-20, approaching 7 minutes to play until halftime. Wolf goes to Custodio, deep 3 from the left wing, glancing blow off the front of the iron. So Custodio 1 for 3 from beyond the arc here off the bench in the second quarter. Up fake, Covington drives baseline, tough floater, no, she gets her own rebound, puts it up, no, might have been deflected, still loose on the rebound. Oh, what a block! My goodness, Kumba just rejected Justice Wallace clear out of the building. JWU has the basketball back though, and they'll slow things down. Wow, you will see that a lot in the coming days. Tripped and fouled on the top of the key as Covington gets knocked off her feet by Elaine. That was a vicious block, and it sent Justice Wallace to the deck as well. She was never contacted. It was just the force of it that just sent her tumbling down to the paint. She may think a little bit longer next time she tries that. 3 team fouls here on PIU. Top of the key, Jada Morgan for 3. Barely glances the left side of the iron, and the rebound finally winds up in the hands of Arian Rump. So after all of that excitement, it's still a 9-point game. 29-20, feed to Kumba, low block. Oh, what a feed down low, but Rump can't not get the running layup to go. A no-look pass from Kumba on the right block, but Rump could not get it as she clanks out the front of the iron. Now Bianca Covington travels. Unforced error there. And now suddenly the travels are coming out. .6:03 remaining here in the first half. 29-20, a little bit of a lull here for Piedmont offensively. They've only got 4 points in the quarter. Let's see if Leanna Hunt can help kickstart that again. She's back out there. Brianna Odom's in for the first time. And now right wing 3 on the way. Michaela Wolf way off the mark. Rebound goes to Rump on the weak side, but she misses the bunny, gets it back, puts it up, no good. 4th attempt, got it. Arian Rump, 3rd time's the charm for her. That was the 3rd offensive rebound on that possession, as Arian Rump could have set up a lawn chair. She was all alone on the weak side. 31-20 with 5:33 remaining. Whistle stop play. And there was a foul on JWU there on the way down the floor after that made bucket by Rump. So Piedmont gets the basketball right back here. Little things like this starting to build up in the second quarter. A lot of extra opportunities, whether it's offensive rebounds or just headsy play here. And there, now some turnovers are creeping in for Piedmont, or for JWU, but there's a turnover for Piedmont as Odoms coughs it up. And now Mohammed drives. She is blazing speed. She goes up. She's blocked and fouled by Kumba, who is now feeling the invitation to the block party after the last time down the floor. Mohammed to the free throw line. That's already the 4th team foul here on the Bruins. So next foul will send Johnson and Wales to the charity stripe. First one good for Mohammed. Next one will put her into double figures. And she is quick to trigger the free throw and gets the roll. She's up to 10. Half of her points have been from the line. 31-22. Feed across court, saved by Odoms after the high feed from Wolf. And now Brianna will bring it up high to the right. Kessler, cross-court feed, ill-advised. It's stolen away, batted around. Rogers has it initially and winds up in the hands of Bianca Covington. Now she'll break. Covington down the lane, bump, foul, layup, no. And that's a very big break right there for Piedmont because there was a wide open alleyway for Bianca Covington. And it could have very easily been an and one, but Bianca missed the layup. That's the 15th foul. That one goes on Odoms. And settle in here for the rest of this first half as the Wildcats will be able to hang out the charity stripe for a while. Covington gets her first points of the night, the senior. Alicia McLeod comes in. She was very active early in the first quarter. This is her first action in the second. Covington gets the roll on the second free throw, and it's now a 7-point margin, 31-24. 4:50 to play here in this second quarter. And one of the officials checking things at the scorer's table. And everyone seems okay with the proceedings now. So it's McLeod, Wolf, Kumba, Kessler, and Odoms, the 5 on the floor now for Piedmont. The feed down low for Kessler. She is fouled on the way up to the basket. Third team foul here on Johnson and Wales. And it's Alicia McLeod. Check that. That was bodied on the way to the hoop. So she'll head to the line for a pair. Back iron, no good for the first one. And Kayla Rogers, who got a very brief respite for Johnson and Wales, will come back out. She'll spell Bianca Covington. Second one upcoming for McLeod. Knocks that one down. She's up to 5. McLeod with 11 points and 9 boards in the win over Voorhees on Monday. Up to 5 points here tonight. Now she'll take a breather as well. Trinity Stark back out. As Takara Tatum putting a little bit of matchup game into play. 32-24 Bruins. Right wing Lloyd for Johnson and Wales goes down low. Wallace loses the basketball and it's turned over. Wolf on the break, working 2-on-2. Wolf, right-handed layup from the left side, too strong. And the rebound winds up in the waiting arms of Muhammad, who is trapped underneath the backboard. Now she'll bring it up herself, has it tipped away briefly, stops with the right elbow, nearly travels. Up top, Kiara Lloyd does travel. I tell you what, there are a lot of uncalled travels in the first quarter, and I said, hey, keep an eye on that. Well, we got 3 or 4 here in the second quarter all of a sudden on Johnson and Wales. So McLeod back out, and Kessler takes his seat. So it's Wolf, Lily Sanchez back on the floor. Kumba, who finds Sanchez right wing for 3. Glancing blow off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down from Justice Wallace in the far corner. 32-24. Rogers for the Wildcats. Up top for Kiara Lloyd. Back to Kayla Rogers. Works it out of the right corner, the top of the key. Stops inside the arc. Pops from 18. No. And the rebound just kicks right down in the waiting arms of Kumba. She'll try and push Stark down the floor. That was an ill-advised feed. It might be salvageable here for Piedmont. It's knocked out of bounds on the baseline. And it will stay with the Bruins. But Stark's not the one you really try and feed on the fast break like that. Kumba's got the better wheels, so that was probably one she should take herself and probably set up the half court. Inbound, McLeod. Jumper off the post, no, and it kicks down off the rim to Justice Wallace. 3.5 minutes to play until halftime here in Winston-Salem. 32-24, Rogers up fakes the 3, stops, pops from 14, front iron, no. Rebound bounces around in the paint, and McLeod has it 3-on-1 for Piedmont. McLeod leaves it off, Stark, layup, good. Much better opportunity for the fast break there off of the long miss. And it's 34-24. Back to a double-digit margin here for Piedmont. Largest lead has been 13 tonight. Lloyd drives, wild shot off the right post. She gets hampered as she misses the shot. Stark's all alone for the layup on the other end. And a timeout is called here because Kiara Lloyd is in a good amount of pain. She's holding her right knee. She came down awkwardly on that shot. That's why it was so off kilter. and she is in some distress. She's going to be helped slowly to the JWU bench by the Piedmont trainer here and not putting any weight on her right leg. That shot was wild for a reason. And you hope Kiara Lloyd, this is going to turn out better than the way it looks right now, because it looks not great with 2:49 remaining here in the second quarter. Lloyd has found her way to the bench, and she'll get that right knee worked on. She had to weave through traffic on the right post and didn't quite see what happened when she finally landed. But she got the shot away after she landed. That's why it was so off kilter. And whether she has landed wrong or maybe landed on a foot of a defender, she's getting her right leg worked on right now by the scores table. 12-point lead here for the Bruins. This is where their first quarter lead was. Down the lane, driving is Rogers, no good on the challenge. She might have been fouled, but no call there. And then Kessler on the rebound just travels. 36-24. I'll tell you what, the Piedmont defense has been up to the task here tonight. This is an offense that averages nearly 80 points a game. On their 3-game winning streak, they're averaging 80, right at that number. But they're being held to just 24 right now as we approach halftime. The sophomore Kayla Rogers, cross-court pass to Muhammad. Down low, Wallace. She goes up, she's blocked. Ooh, a foul is called on Noni Kumba. That was no foul, sir. Certainly sounded like Kumba got all ball. She has already stuffed Justice Wallace once tonight. Now she gets called for the blocking foul there, and I put blocking in quotations because that was assuredly a block. First one missed by Justice Wallace. So McLeod is back out now as Kumba has racked up a couple of fouls here. Second one for Wallace. Front iron, ball don't lie. Trinity Stark with a rebound with 2:13 remaining. 0 for 2 at the line for Wallace. The juniors 0 for the night so far. Michaela Wolf on 11 leads everybody. Free throw line for McLeod. And then Sanchez comes in from the arc. She fires the 14-footer from the right side. Hits every part of the rim but doesn't drop through. Under 2 minutes to play. Muhammad has it back checked away from out of Wolf's hands, but she's able to get it back. Now stops inside the left corner and fires the jumper errant, but it winds up kicking off the hands of Zanaya Kessler and out of bounds. 36-24. Kiara Lloyd is still working on that right leg over there, sitting on the bench. Keep an eye on that. Pretty important piece of the puzzle for our Aaron Parunk's team. Baseline right inbounds goes to the top of the key. And for the first time tonight, Jemiah Monasol is in. She feeds it off to Covington, weaves down the lane, puts up the floater, good. Just worked her way right through 4 Bruins in the way for the easy bucket. First basket of the night for Bianca. It's a 10-point game, 1:28 to play. Sanchez to Kessler, feeds to McLeod. Jumper from the right corner, misses everything. Stark saves the rebound, sends it towards the timeline, and it's tracked down by Wolf in a reset here, but it should not be a reset as that shot never hit the rim. But that shot clock did, in fact, go back to 30. And now it's down to 13 after the correction. So minimal time to work with here if you're the Bruins. You got to be aware that you can't really set up your offense in as much time as you'd like here. 6 on the timer now. Sanchez to Kessler, free throw line, feeds down low. Stark, low block right, off the glass, she's fouled. 4th team foul on JWU. That one will go on Brianna Walthall. And Trinity Stark at the free throw line. She'll get 2 with 1:02 remaining. Cans the first. She's up to 7 points. Leanna Hunt back in for Piedmont. She'll grab Alicia McLeod. She's playing basketball on a trampoline right now. She's barely getting a seat on the bench before she's asked to come back in. Free throw missed. Kessler, the offensive board, but she was underneath the backboard, and so her shot bounces away, winds up in the hands of Kayla Kent. 37-26, under a minute to play until halftime. Montisol goes right wing. Walthall, the jumper, no. Wallace, the offensive board. Up, blocked away by Kessler. It winds up in Walthall's hands. Shot clock at 26 with 38 remaining on the game clock. In the paint. Nice feed across court. Montisol is able to find Muhammad. Drives on the lane, weaves into Kessler. Drives her down to the ground. It's an offensive foul. Nice stand there by the Piedmont defense, and they'll get the last shot if they play their cards right. Alicia McLeod right back up, and she checks in for this final possession. There's a 0.4 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. It'll be Sanchez, Wolf, McLeod, Stark, and Kessler. The 5 on the floor for Piedmont, looking to expand this 11-point margin here before the break. It's Michaela Wolf, high to the left, not showing any urgency as of yet. Still plenty of time to work with. No one's even moving off the ball right now with 13 seconds remaining, with 12, with 10, with 9, with 8. Now Wolf begins to move. She'll go down low to McLeod. Extra pass Stark with 3, with 2. Kessler's got to fire for 3, or she'll step inside, get it away at the free throw line, and it drops in at the buzzer. Well, that possession looked doomed for a while, but Zanaya Kessler is able to knock in the elbowed running jumper and send the Piedmont Bruins into halftime with a 13-point lead over Johnson and Wales. Stick around. We'll have your stats at the half, and we get you set for half number 2 after this. 39-26, Piedmont International leads Johnson and Wales University. You're listening to Bruins basketball here on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
7. Doors open at 6. Tickets on sale now. Premium tickets include early entry and artist meet and greet.
This is amazing grace.
It's Phil Wickham in concert, presented by Piedmont International University. Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First.
Your love awakens, awakens, awakens me. We give you glory, glory.
For tickets or more information, visit piedmontu.edu/concerts. That's piedmontu.edu.
Ministry and theological education doesn't have to force you into mounds of debt, uproot your family, or stifle your current church ministry. Piedmont International University's Temple Baptist Seminary offers flexible online courses and affordable tuition prices with Scripture as its foundation and practical ministry training as its goal. With concentrations like chaplaincy, marriage and family counseling, leadership, missions, expository preaching, discipleship, and more, finding a program is easy to do. Temple Baptist Seminary at Piedmont International University. Ministry where God calls, seminary where you are. For more information about degree programs and offerings, visit piedmontu.edu.
/concerts. Piedmont International University presents an evening of worship with Phil Wickham.
Jesus Christ, my living hope.
Enjoy a wonderful evening of worship with Phil Wickham, Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First on University Parkway. The concert starts at 7. Doors open at 6. Tickets on sale now. Premium tickets include early entry and artist meet and greet.
This is amazing grace.
It's Phil Wickham in concert, presented by Piedmont International University. Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First.
Your love awakens, awakens, awakens me. We give you glory, glory.
For tickets or more information, visit piedmontu.edu/concerts. That's Piedmont.
The NCCAA mission states, "We serve members by setting association standards, developing communications resources, providing regional and national competition, and partnering in outreach to our communities and the world." Bylaws, eligibility, statistics, and championships are all part of being an athletic association. Our services help propel intercollegiate athletics on and off campus. We intentionally place our student athletes and coaches in Christian service projects during championship events to answer the question, what would Christ do in these communities?
Ministry and theological education does not have to force you into mounds of debt, uproot your family, or stifle your current church ministry. Piedmont International University's Temple Baptist Seminary offers flexible online courses and affordable tuition prices with Scripture as its foundation and practical ministry training as its goal. With concentrations like chaplaincy, marriage and family counseling, leadership, missions, expository preaching, discipleship, and more, finding a program is easy to do. Temple Baptist Seminary at Piedmont International University. Ministry where God calls, seminary where you are. For more information about degree programs and offerings, visit piedmontu.edu.
The NCCA mission states, "We are an association of Christ-centered collegiate institutions whose mission is to use athletic competition as an integral component of education, evangelism, and encouragement." The impact of the NCCAA has been felt for 50 years throughout the country and around the world. Encouraging mission trips is at the heart of this impact. We know short-term missions impacts everyone involved and changes the trajectory of lives. Sometimes it can affect the missionary as much or more than those being served. Our Sports Ministry Fund has supported more than 5,000 individuals via domestic and international missions. We exist not only to crown national champions, but to share the love of Christ wherever it is needed.
piedmont.edu/concerts. Piedmont International University presents an evening of worship with Phil Wickham.
Jesus Christ, my living hope.
Enjoy a wonderful evening of worship with Phil Wickham, Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First on University Parkway. The concert starts at 7. Doors open at 6. Tickets on sale now. Premium tickets include early entry and artist meet and greet.
This is amazing.
It's Phil Wickham in concert, presented by Piedmont International University, Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First.
Your love awakens, awakens, awakens me. We give you glory, glory.
For tickets or more information, visit piedmontu.edu/concerts. That's piedmontu.edu.
Halftime here at Pope Activity Center as the Piedmont Lady Bruins are leading the Johnson & Wales Lady Wildcats 39-26 your score here at the break. Corey Glorbeck with you high above the court here in Winston-Salem. As Piedmont has done it really on both ends of the floor here tonight. They've drained 4 triples this evening. They have held a team that averages nearly 80 points a game to just 26 in the first 20 minutes of play here tonight. And it's a good thing that the Lady Bruins have performed so admirably on both ends of the floor, because Barron the Bruin has performed pathetically here at halftime, has missed every one of his threes and just got bowled over trying to post someone up. He's going to take a seat on the bench. That's probably for the wiser. Michaela Wolf leads the way for the Lady Bruins. She's up to 11 points. She had 10 after the first quarter. Wolf coming off a 17-point effort on Monday in the win over Voorhees. She's the only Bruin in double figures so far here tonight. She is joined by Trinity Stark, who has 7 points on the night. As Barron steps inside the arc, fires the jumper. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my goodness me. Barron the Bruin has seen better days. This is what opposable thumbs are for, Bear. Trinity Stark was 7 points. She's second on the scoring list here for Piedmont International. Alicia McLeod had 5 quick points early on in this one. Zanaya Kessler has chipped in with 4. Those came late in the first half. Lyra Custodio came off the bench with a triple, as did Lily Sanchez. Arian Rumpf with a pair. Noni Kumba has 2, and Ashley Lane has 2 as well, as 8 are in the book right now for Piedmont International in the scoring column. Check that, 9 have already scored here tonight for Piedmont International. Chase Muhammad leads the way for Johnson & Wales. She's up to 10 points. She's the only Wildcat in double figures, and it's sparse pickings everywhere else you look. Kayla Kent has 6 points. Anisha Hankerson with 4, as does Bianca Covington. And then Jada Morgan with a bucket as well. Just 5 in the books for the Lady Wildcats here tonight. They have made just 1 triple on the evening, hence a 13-point discrepancy here. Piedmont International looking for their 2nd victory in a row, and that'd be their first winning streak since the end of November. We are nearing the start of the 3rd quarter here in Winston-Salem. We'll bring the second half to you next here on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
/concerts. Piedmont International University presents an evening of worship with Phil Wickham.
Jesus Christ, my living hope.
Enjoy a wonderful evening of worship with Phil Wickham, Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First on University Parkway. The concert starts at 7. Doors open at 6. Tickets on sale now. Premium tickets include early entry and artist meet and greet.
This is amazing grace.
It's Phil Wickham in concert, presented by Piedmont International University, Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First.
Your love awakens, awakens, awakens me. We give you glory, glory.
For tickets or more information, visit piedmontu.edu/concerts. That's Piedmont.
Ministry and theological education does not have to force you into mounds of debt, uproot your family, or stifle your current church ministry. Piedmont International University's Temple Baptist Seminary offers flexible online courses and affordable tuition prices with Scripture as its foundation and practical ministry training as its goal. With concentrations like chaplaincy, marriage and family counseling, leadership, missions, expository preaching, discipleship, and more, finding a program is easy to do. Temple Baptist Seminary at Piedmont International University. Ministry where God calls, seminary where you are. For more information about degree programs and offerings, visit piedmontu.edu.
The NCCAA mission states, "We are committed to equipping student athletes and coaches to make a positive impact for Christ. Equipping student athletes and coaches involves the creation and distribution of tools and resources needed for a particular purpose. We promote outreach and ministry for the enhancement of athletic competition with a Christian perspective. One tool is Game Plan for Life, a character initiative to promote the biblical characteristics of love, integrity, faith, and excellence. Equipping student athletes with a game plan will remain with them throughout their entire lives."
piedmontu.edu/concerts. Piedmont International University presents an evening of worship with Phil Wickham.
Jesus Christ, my living hope.
Enjoy a wonderful evening of worship with Phil Wickham, Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First on University Parkway. The concert starts at 7. Doors open at 6. Tickets on sale now. Premium tickets include early entry and artist meet and greet.
This is amazing grace.
It's Phil Wickham in concert, presented by Piedmont International University, Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First.
Your love awakens, awakens, awakens me. We give you glory, glory.
For tickets or more information, visit piedmontu.edu/concerts. That's piedmontu.edu.
Just about ready to start things off in half number 2 here in Winston-Salem. Piedmont leading Johnson & Wales 39-26. Corey Glore back with you. Erica, Zach, Adrian, Mason, the team above, producing this broadcast here tonight. Matt to my left, providing percussion and on the PA. And Baron the Bruin has left the premises, and it's a good thing. I'll tell you what, not great in terms of shooting a basketball. He's a Bear. He's allowed that. Professional flosser, as we found out. He knows how to do that. But when he tried to do a Michael Jackson-like spin move, suddenly he became Paulus and had to vacate the premises. So, you could say he had to beat it. Start of the second half with the Bruins up by 13, looking for 2 wins in a row here to try and take a little bit of momentum into the second half of the year. First of a back-to-back for PIU. They will head down the road to Salem College tomorrow to take on Salem in an intercity battle. And the Bruins will start things off with the basketball here in quarter number 3. It's the starting 5 on the floor for PIU. It's Stark, Wolf, Hunt, Kumba, and Kessler. And it's Wolf at the top. She'll go to the right-hand side for Hunt, who's off the scoreboard tonight so far, but 9 Bruins are in the book at the moment. Hunt goes to Wolf. The pass was deflected, but Wolf tracks it down. Left side for Kumba, over to Stark with 8 on the shot clock. Back up top for Hunt, and down low for Kessler. Spins in the basket, finds Stark there, puts it up, no good. But she's fouled. Used every second of that shot clock. And every Bruin hit the ball. And Trinity Stark will head to the free throw line. She's got 7 points on the night, trailing only Michaela Wolf's 11. First one on the way for Trinity. Good. 9 in the books for Piedmont. Just 5 in the scoring book for Johnson & Wales. This is a high-octane offense that has been negated here tonight. Back iron no for the second one, and Anisha Hankerson with the rebound. 1-2 at the line. It's a 40-26 lead here for Piedmont. Kayla Kent into the corner, 3 ball on the way. Muhammad drains it. That's just the second 3 of the night for the Wildcats. And that goes to Chase Muhammad as well. That was the first bucket of the first half, and now the first bucket of the second half. And just like that, it is an 11-point game. It's 40-29. In the corner, zone being put on now as Hunt is trapped in the right corner, and a jump ball will be called. It would go to JWU. 11-point lead, 40-29. The scoreboard's off by a point here, and now, just like that, it clicks on after Trinity Stark's free throw to open up the proceedings. Muhammad with 13 leads all scorers. She has the basketball, as now a zone put on by PIU as well. Into the corner goes Bianca Covington to the free throw line. Hankerson travels. Yes, sir. As she up-faked the shot and then picked up her pivot foot, and that is not allowed. So turnover here for the Wildcats. Yeah, Barron's got moves, I'll say that. But what he does not have is a shooting touch, at least early. It's still early in his existence. Shot clock has stalled at 29 here, so they will need to get that back in order as Michaela Wolf is ready to play some basketball here. 4 seconds are off the game and shot clock. So 25 on the shot, 8:43 here on the game clock in quarter 3. Inside the arc, jumper on the way from Hunt, no good. Off the glancing blow on the right side of the rim. Muhammad, low block left, trapped there, triple team. She's able to find Covington on the right wing, who nearly banks in the 3. And the rebound pinballs around. Now Stark is triggered up the floor. She's bumped and fouled hard as she falls to the deck. And already 2 team fouls here on JWU. 8:19 remaining here in quarter 3. Bruins led by 12 after 1, 13 at the break. Margin sits at 11 at the moment. Around the horn, 3 on the way, Noni Kumba, no. And Muhammad there for the rebound. She's been doing everything tonight for JWU. Nearly has it poked away from the backside, but the floater's off the window, no. Hankerson, the offensive board, and she is fouled on the way back up. Noni Kumba can't believe it, and she is in a bit of foul trouble here tonight. That's at least 3 on Noni. And the first on Piedmont here in the 3rd. Yeah, Noni ought to take a seat. And Anisha Hankerson rolls out on the first attempt. So Alicia McLeod will come on in for Kumba. So we mentioned the women in action again tomorrow as they'll travel to Salem College, technically also Salem, back in the olden days. Second one is good for Hankerson, so she splits the pair. It's a 10-point game. And now Custodio checks back in for Piedmont. That'll be a 1 o'clock tip-off from just down the road, so make your plans to be out there. And see the Lady Bruins in action here in the city. Cross-court feed is ill-advised. It's poked out of there, and on the break here comes Kayla Kent. Layup, good. Kayla Kent's up to 8. The margin is 8 now, with 7:48 to play in the 3rd quarter. Larry Custodio swings it around the horn for Stark. Up top for Wolf, and back to Custodio, left wing for 3. Her second triple. Rise and fire for Lyric. It's 43-32. And a traveling violation. Bianca Covington up fake from the wing. And now she wants to know why that's a travel. Travels were not being called early. They're being called early and often now. But yeah, 1 o'clock tip-off tomorrow for the women at Salem. They'll be back here in this building Tuesday night when Carolina Christian is in town. That's a 5:30 tip-off. We'll have it for you here on the Bruin Sports Network. Custodio goes to McLeod. In the right corner for Stark. Extra feed. Wolf drives on the lane. Bodied up. Rejected by Hankerson. Covington on the break. And a 3-ball on the way. Check that deep 2. Either way, it's a misfire by Jada Morgan. And they rebound in the far corner. Saved by Custodio. Now Wolf will have it. She has it deflected across the timeline, but she maintains possession. And Custodio will streak back in and bring her back to Michaela. 43-32. Kessler spin move. Hook shot. Oh, it falls off the side of the rim as that was a pretty move by Kessler, and she nearly got the roll. Foul is called on the rebound, and it will go against Piedmont. And now Kayla Rogers will check in for JWU. She'll grab Bianca Covington. .639 remaining here in the quarter. Piedmont 43, Johnson and Wales 32. Hankerson gets by Kessler, but she blows the layup. And McLeod gets the rebound, and a jump ball is called after Hankerson drove in to tie it up. And it will go to Piedmont. McLeod checks out. And now a timeout will be called instead. As things a little bit scattered here to start off the 3rd quarter. 6:31 remaining. 43-32, just 4 points in the frame so far here for Piedmont. But that was the case in the 2nd quarter as well. They had a sluggish beginning to open up that frame. But we're able to stabilize and push in front late by 13. The men are also in action tomorrow, but they will be in Virginia as part of a tournament. As the men's team taking on Bluefield State College. That'll be Sunday, check that, at 4 o'clock. And then Monday they'll take on Bluefield College as part of the Bluefield College tournament. Back home Wednesday night are the men against Warren Wilson. As a 7 o'clock tip-off. And again, we'll have that one on the air for you here as well. Timeout over. And Piedmont with the basketball, up by 11. Lane checks back in. Her feed to Kessler goes right between the wickets, diving for it in the paint. Loose ball. Tie-up is called, and it'll go to Piedmont. And I feel like that jump ball should have been reset. I feel like that should be Johnson & Wales basketball, because there was just a jump ball not too long ago that went to Piedmont. The officials are discussing that now. And it's going to stay with the Bruins here with 6:22 remaining. And a baseline right inbounds from Wolf. She'll find Lane in the corner. Custodio swinging around. Wolf's open for three. No good. Lane with the offensive weak side rebound. Kessler under the basket, goes up, and she's fouled. Another go-get-a move there by Ashley Lane, who just seems to be in the right spot. She salvaged a couple of possessions in that first half. She gets a reset there. And she'll send Zanaya Kessler the free throw line, who misses the first. Johnson & Wales on a 3-game winning streak heading in. As Kessler hits the second, makes it a 12-point game. The Wildcats to start off this streak, as Muhammad is fouled at the free throw line. She'll head to the line here. This streak started way back on December 7th. They took a good long time off. They did not call that a shooting foul. That's amazing to me. But their streak started at Mid-Atlantic Christian as Muhammad throws the inbounds right to Zanaya Kessler, and now Lane tries to feed it the floor. It's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Piedmont. But back on December 7th, Johnson & Wales beat Mid-Atlantic Christian 108-32. And then followed that up with a 99-29 win over South Carolina Faith A&M. Not too shabby. Last time out, a narrow win over Apprentice, 55-53 on the way for Wolf, was deflected, goes right into Rump's hands, but she misses underneath the basket. Kessler winds up with a loose change, and she gets hacked. That game against Apprentice was back on December 18th. That was the last time on the floor for Johnson & Wales. They've only played 8 games on the year. And these two will meet again at the end of this month down in Charlotte. Kessler at the free throw line misses the first. That's 4 team fouls on Piedmont with 5:46 remaining in this third quarter. Check that. And a 12-point margin here for the Bruins. It's really kind of sat at this state for a good long while here tonight. Now it's up to 13 after Kessler splits the pair. Muhammad, deep right wing, thought about the three. That would have been a foolish decision. Now on the baseline, driving is Kent, and she gets bobbed and fouled. And that is the 4th team foul now on Piedmont, as that'll go on Arian Rumpf. So a lot of free throws coming here in the third quarter. Muhammad in the corner off the inbounds. Zone again put on by Piedmont, trying to keep Johnson & Wales on the perimeter here, as Rogers nearly throws it away, but Muhammad again saves it. Now she stops, pops from inside the arc, no good. Rogers gets the offensive board, and a reset here for Johnson & Wales. Then she gets fouled as Wolf was trying to pick it out of the hands of Rogers. And that will send Kayla Rogers to the free throw line, the sophomore scoreless on the night. She is a transfer, spent some time at Cleveland State Community College, hails out of Georgia. and she barely hits the front of the rim with the first free throw. Alicia McLeod in. Noni Kumba in. Custodio and Rumpf take a seat. Jada Morgan also comes in for JWU. Second attempt for Rogers. Rolls around and bounces in. And now she'll take a seat. She's on the board for her first point of the night. And Bianca Covington will grab her. 45-33, 5:17 to go in quarter three. Piedmont working basket to our right here in Winston-Salem. Wolf thought about the three from the right wing. She'll swing it around to the corner. Kumba's pass down low is deflected, saved by Kessler. Trapped in the basket. She weaves her way up top and banks it home. Tonight, Kessler is surging here in the third quarter. She's up to 8. The lead up to 14, the largest of the night. Mohammed she'll find Jada Morgan, who goes to the baseline. Up top, Haven MacArthur in for the first time, and the freshman gives it up top. Mohammed for three, drains it, her third of the night. She's up to 16, and a timeout called by Aram Perunk. First timeout called by JWU. It'll be a 30-second timeout with 4:39 remaining. Here in this third quarter, Chase Mohammed is doing everything in her power to keep the Wildcats around in this one. She's got 16 of the 36 points churned out by the Wildcats here tonight. 47-36. And now let's see if Piedmont can really keep this team at arm's length for the final 4:39 of this quarter. They've been able to maintain this 10 to 12 point margin really since the middle portion of the first quarter. Out of the timeout, Michaela Wolf. They're going to overrule it for a charge. You know what? You don't see that often. It sure looked like from here that Jada Morgan was in the restricted area. And the official on the near sideline decided to call that instead of the one on the baseline. She overruled him. Interesting. Lead stays at 11. Covington to Morgan. Morgan, top of the key, finds Justice Wallace. That's a travel. Yep. Turnover. Elisa McLeod back in, as is Noni Kumba. Arian Rumpf, Trinity Stark will take a seat. So 5 on the floor. Has it stay with Piedmont. Under 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Trigger the inbound, scoreless here in the second half with 11 points all in the first half. McLeod drives, she's blocked by Mohammed. Now she'll break 3-on-1. Mohammed left of the lanes, picks, pops, off the glass, good. This is a talented player, Chase Mohammed. She's up to 18. Lead is back down to 9. Jackson to Kumba for 3. Could use it, doesn't get it. Mohammed there for the board. Mohammed will bring it up herself on the right-hand alleyway. Nearly has it stolen. She's trapped and she walks as she falls down. She got contained by both Michaela Wolf and Noni Kumba. And she slipped to the deck and travels. It is really a one-woman wrecking crew right now for JWU. Kessler, low block, spins right. Shot blocked away. That one by MacArthur. Second block on Kessler here in the last couple of possessions. Jada Morgan picks and pops from the high post and barely gets iron. Now a long baseball feed down the floor. Kumba's cherry picking. She goes up. She gets it to go and absorbs some contact as well with no foul called. Jada Morgan streaked down to try and challenge, and the lead back to double digits. 49-38, 2:52 remaining in the third. Mohammed with 18. Gives it up for Covington. Stops inside the arc. That is an ill-advised shot. It barely hit the front of the rim off of the carom off the window. Kumba right wing now for Piedmont. Up fake, bodied by Covington, goes up top. Wolf for three. Back iron, no. Rebound to the far corner, saved by McLeod. Battle for it in the wing. Jackson has it. Back to McLeod on the baseline, and she travels. .222 remaining. McLeod takes a seat. Rumpf back in. Leanna Hunt in. Kessler outs. Kayla Rogers back in. We have not seen Kiara Lloyd come back. She injured her right knee in that second quarter for JWU, and it looked not too great. She was coming off the floor, but she has not returned here in the second half. That's a starter that has not seen time here with that injury. Montisol tries to feed it down low. It's just taken out of the hands by Rumpf. Now down the floor, Kumba. The feed for her is deflected out of bounds by Kayla Kent. 2:03 to play here in the third. The lead at 11 for Piedmont International. Trying to win their second game in a row and have their first winning streak since right around Thanksgiving. Michaela Wolf inbounds underneath the bucket. And Kumba is challenged on the shot. A jump ball is called. Anisha Hankerson has just been a force down there, and she forces the jump ball, and it's a turnover. 49-38 the score still. Trying to keep the Wildcats at bay here with 12 minutes to play tonight. Kayla Kent between the rings. Deep three now on the way for Kayla Rogers. Glancing blow off the back iron. A rebound foul on Anisha Hankerson. She goes over the back. And Aram Perunk does not like it. And that will send Arian Rumpf to the free throw line as both teams are on the bonus here. Line drive on the first attempt. Hits off the back iron, no. Rumpf to try and get something out of this. No good. Rebound tipped around. Kumba's got it. Offensive board here as she screams to the heavens about getting that offensive rebound, and then side Angel. Boy, they are calling travels tighter and tighter as this game progresses, aren't they? Just a little bit of a lift off the pivot foot there for Jackson before she fired for distance. 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. Up and under layup off the glass, no good from Kayla Kent, driving off the right side, and a tie up on the rebound, and it'll go to Piedmont. This margin's been stuck at 11 here for about 2 minutes now. Game time. Up top, Wolf drives down the lane. Kick out. Three ball on the way. No good. Kumba, the offensive board. Put up. No good, but she's fouled. Leanna Hunt tried the three. The weak side rebound by Kumba, and she gets challenged and fouled by Jemiah Montisol. And Kumba very quick on the free one, lips out. Kumba with just 4 points on the night. As Piedmont has scored just 10 points here in the frame. That one rolls around, pops out, pops back in. And it's 50-38. 70 seconds remaining here in the third. The freshman Kent. Pass is intercepted. Kumba's on the break. Working all low. Layup. Got it. Just picked off the feed intended for the right side. Kumba telegraphed it, and she's quickly up to 7. The lead back to 14, and a turnover top of the key. Diving for it is Jackson. Still fighting for it as the ball winds up in the hands of Kumba. She was tussling with Rogers at the logo. And what do we have here? I think they're going to call it jump ball and keep it with JWU. Lyric Custodio checks in for Kumba with 48.7 ticks remaining here in the quarter. Bruins trying to close out this quarter strong like they did in the first and the second. Wildcat basketball, Montisol up top for the deep jumper from the top of the key. Kiara Lloyd back in, good to see. She misses the jumper, and now Lyric Custodio will bring it up 4 on 3. 7-second differential shot in game clock. Custodio for 3. Back iron, no, it kicks off over the backboard. And it will be turned back over to the Wildcats. Custodio not shy of firing from 3. Already has a couple here tonight. And now a 1-second differential shot clock and game clock. But a quick trigger on the deep jumper from the right corner. Justice Wallace misses, and not sure why she's taking that shot that time. Cross-court feed intended for Lyric Custodio goes out of bounds. And slow it down. That was last possession time. And instead, now the Wildcats will 17 ticks remaining. Will likely have the last shot here, down 14. It's the largest lead of the night for Piedmont. Largest lead for the Wildcats was 3 very early on. Muhammad with 10 seconds goes to Warner with 7 with 6. Up top, 3 ball on the way. Back iron, no. Rebound Rumpf with 2 with 1 from midcourt on the way. No good from Leanna Hunt. And we head to the final quarter here in Winston-Salem. Piedmont International 52, Johnson and Wales 38. Back with a final frame after this here on the Bruin Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
/concerts. Piedmont International University presents an evening of worship with Phil Wickham.
Jesus Christ, my living hope.
Enjoy a wonderful evening of worship with Phil Wickham, Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First on University Parkway. The concert starts at 7. Doors open at 6. Tickets on sale now. Premium tickets include early entry and artist meet and greet.
This is amazing grace.
It's Phil Wickham in concert, presented by Piedmont International University, Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First.
Your love awakens, awakens, awakens me. We give you glory, glory.
For tickets or more information, visit piedmontu.edu/concerts. That's piedmontu.edu.
.38, Bruins in front, entering the fourth quarter in Winston-Salem. Pope Activity Center on the campus of Piedmont International University. Corey Glore back with you. The lead at 14 in the final 10 minutes. After one quarter, the lead was at 12. After 20 minutes, the lead was at 13. Are we in tune for a 15-point victory here tonight? We'll find out momentarily. Lane to Custodio left wing, back to Ashley Lane, trying to break through the zone, bounces it down low for Hunt. Pass intended for the near corner is tipped out of bounds, looking for Jackson. It will stay with Piedmont with 18 seconds remaining on the shot clock. This is a very good offensive team in Johnson and Wales that has been negated here tonight. Inbound to Lane, back to Jackson, who fumbles the feed, so she'll have to bring it up high. Leanna Hunt looking for his first points. Over to Lane, deep right wing with 8 seconds left. Over to McLeod, back up top. Custodio for 3, buries it. Lyric Custodio, 9 points on 3 triples. And the lead grows, it's up to 17. Left wing for Kiara Lloyd. And up top for a deep jumper on the way from Shamaya Montisol, no good. Custodio tries to bring it up, just poked right out of her hands by Muhammad. She goes to the basket, challenged by Lane. The shot no good. The rebound fought for it down on the ground. A couple of ones fight for it. And it's Justice Wallace and Ashley Lane. And a travel is eventually called here on Justice Wallace. Justice Wallace has had a bit of a rough night. The junior, no point. She's been blocked a couple of times, had a couple of turnovers. 51 seconds gone here in the fourth. And Piedmont looking to put this thing on ice early on here in this quarter. McLeod drives right down the lane. Layup, rolls it. Nice feed from the left wing from Leanna Hunt. McLeod's up to 7. The lead is 19. Down the floor, the pass deflected out of bounds into the crowd. Piedmont trying to put together 2 really impressive performances in a row, hanging on for that win on Monday. Inconsistencies have been the name of the game for this team. They put together a solid effort tonight, especially on the defensive end. Muhammad drives left baseline, floater no. It was so bad it wound up in the hands of Justice Wallace on the far side. Now Rogers drives from the right wing, floater is off the rim. And it's Alicia McLeod with the basketball for Piedmont. Down the floor, Hunt passed it right into the stomach of Lloyd, but she couldn't hang on to the basketball. Now down to the floor, Hunt has it. She finds Lane for 3. In and out, off the window, and back in. Things might be going right now for Piedmont International. The lead is 22. That's the type of bounce where the basketball gods are looking on you. Errant floater from the low block from Wallace, misses everything but the glass. It winds up in McLeod's hands. Now Lane will push. Lane, kick right corner. Hunt open for 3. No good off the back iron. That would have been 3 in a row here to start off this fourth quarter for Piedmont. This place would have gotten pretty rowdy. Ticky-tack foul as Mohammed is at the top of the arc, and Angel Jackson winds up getting whistled. And now we'll see a couple of fresh faces come out here for Piedmont. Yancy Harmon checks in. Amira Goodwin checks in. Check that, Godwin. In the lane, Justice Wallace gets the tough runner to go. She's on the board. Now 3 on the way from Harmon. No off the back iron. When you're not in much, trigger when you have the opportunity. The officials stop play. And the one at the scorer's table really sniped at Johnson and Wales head coach Aram Perunk just now, as the shot clock didn't go on time, and I think that's what Coach Perunk is upset about. And then Johnson and Wales turns it over on the inbound. There's a kill shot opportunity coming up here for Piedmont in the next couple of moments, but Lane turns it over. Lane feeds it off to Rogers. Rogers drives for the layup. Her first bucket of the night. It's 60-42, and another turnover. Lane just threw it away again. Here's Muhammad bringing it up left wing. She picks and pops deep 2 off the back iron, no. And now Harmon will bring it up floor. And the shot clock again is not going. So the officials getting a little bit perturbed about the clock here. We'll take 4 seconds off. 26 on the shot clock, 7:04 on the game clock, and a timeout will now be officially called, or will it? It looked like initially Piedmont might have wanted one, but they'll instead set back up on the floor. 18 points the margin right now for Piedmont, who have led since the middle mark of the first quarter. Lyra Custodio will give to Kumbo, back to Custodio to Harmon left wing. Harmon step back for 3. No good. This place would have erupted if that one dropped. And here comes the push from Johnson and Wales. Kent, baseline floater, no. Nice rebound plucked out of there by Kumba, but then they call her for a travel. Well, I apologize in the first quarter for saying that travels weren't being called, and maybe we should keep an eye on it, because now literally everything that is close is being whistled for one. They might have heard me, and I apologize. 6:46 remaining here in the fourth. And the inbounds just thrown away. That's the second possession in a row that Johnson and Wales just coughed up the inbounds feed. 18-point margin for Piedmont. Brianna Odoms back in. She gets it back from Kessler to Custodio, swinging around to the right wing. Kumba directing traffic to Custodio. Fires for three. No good. Kessler bonks the rebounds out of bounds. With 6:26 remaining in the contest. In the corner, Rogers' deep three was almost on the sideline. She was short in the attempt, but Muhammad's there for the weak side rebound, but reaching in as Kumba for the jump ball. It'll stay with the Wildcats. Wildcats, after this, will head back home. And on Tuesday night, take on a familiar foe in Bob Jones. A team that Piedmont knows plenty about. Inbounds, Hankerson misses the bunny from the paint. And now Kumba brings it up floor for Piedmont, working basket to our right. Odoms drives and she walks. So a home game for the Wildcats. But then after that, 4 in a row on the road. For a team that's played us 8 games this year, and this is their first game in a month. Piedmont ran into that a little bit last year as they were kickstarting the program again. They didn't have a ton of games on the schedule. Now that's a different case. They have loaded up. They have 28 games on the docket this year. Foul on Piedmont after the misfire from 3 by Chase Muhammad. That's just the second team foul on Piedmont. 5:52 remaining here in the fourth. And the Bruins are eyeing down win number 6 on the year. Muhammad has been the star of the show tonight, really, for either side. She's got 18. And another pass thrown out of bounds by JWU as Kent was looking for Covington on the right wing and misfire. See if the Bruins can put this one to bed here in the next minute or so. Odoms drives left baseline. Wild shot, gets the roll around the rim and falls in. Brianna Odoms gets the bucket. She's got her first points of the night. It's a 20-point lead, and 11 Bruins have scored this evening. Left wing, Muhammad up fakes the 3 as he shakes loose a Kumba, fires the 18-footer and knocks it home for her 20th. She has got some wheels, some moves, some agility. And she just kicked the basketball. Lane, Stark, Wolf, Kumba, Odoms, Sanchez, Custodio, Rumpf, Kessler, and McLeod have all scored tonight. And now Amira Godwin was trying to, but she was blocked in the lane. Now down the floor, up and under, Kayla Kent gets fouled. That is officially 10 Bruins in the book tonight. There were 9 at halftime. And there could be an 11th and maybe a 12th added on here as the final 4:55 tick off. Kent's at the free throw line for a pair. That's the 3rd team foul on Piedmont. You got Amira Godwin on the floor, who has not scored here tonight. We have seen Leanna Hunt a lot, who started the game. She hasn't scored. Second one bounces around and in for Kent. 62-46. Odoms playing catch cross court with Michaela Wolf. Had 11 points tonight, all in the first half. But it's still good enough for the team high with how balanced this offensive production has been. Feed up top off the drive from Kumba. It's tracked down by Wolf with 5 seconds on the shot clock to Stark right wing. She'll have to heave up the 3. In and out off the window. Knocked out of bounds, but a foul is called. And it's going to go on Johnson and Wales as Haven McCurr went over the back on the rebound. Khalees Scott checks in now. She is the last remaining Bruin available. Should note that Alea Montgomery is not available. And now some debris on the floor. officials will tend to that, make sure it's cleared off. Wolf to inbound. She finds Odoms high to the right wing. Odoms and Wolf playing cross court, left to right catch. 14 on the shot clock. Odoms over to Trinity Stark. Under 10 to go on the shot clock. 62-46 Piedmont. Wolf drives, top of the key, lobs it right corner. Godwin heaves up the desperation, no good. It misses the rim. And a shot clock violation here with 3:53 to play. Stay tuned after the game. We'll hear from head coach Takara Tatum in our player game, as Piedmont is locking this bad boy down. Remember, 12-point margin at the first quarter, 13 at halftime, 14 after 3. And right now, it sits at 16, 62-46. Kayla Kent bumped in the paint. On her way to the bucket, it'll go on Odoms. That is the fourth on Piedmont with 3:40 remaining. And this is one of those nights where picking a player of the game is going to be tricky. The scoring has been balanced. The defense has been stout all around the floor. Morgan wanted a foul on the jumper from the right baseline. She doesn't get it, nor does the shot drop. It was Michaela Wolf who got things started tonight. 10 points in the first quarter. She's been held off the board here in the second. Man-to-man now put on by JWU. Odoms drives left to the lane. Feeds it down low. Godwin up off the side of the backboard, but she is fouled. And now Amira Godwin will try and make it 11 Bruins in the scorebook tonight. Godwin, the freshman out of Philadelphia, doesn't see a ton of burn here this year, but getting some time here as the Bruins are sewing this bad boy up for their second win in a row. Amira Godwin, the right-handed freshman, glancing blow off the right side of the rim. Godwin does not have a point here this year. There's her first. The freshman gets her first career point as a member of the Bruins. It's 63-46. Under 3 minutes to go. Morgan picks and pops from 15, rattles out. And Godwin has the rebound. That is 11 in the scoring column for Piedmont tonight. When you're missing your dynamic scorer in Montgomery, that's how you make up for it. Wolf throws it away into the Piedmont bench. Looking for a cutting Odoms, but couldn't track it down. Ashley Jackson back out. Yancy Harmon also back out. Those two haven't hit the score sheet yet either. Khalees Scott out there. She hasn't. Let's see if we can make it a dozen with 2:37 remaining. First, some defense. Muhammad fumbles it, gets it back at the charity stripe. Right wing Morgan goes in the corner. Rogers for three. No. Weak side rebound by Hankerson. And a whistle. They needed the shot clock to restart. Got stuck on 30. 2:20 to play in this one. Piedmont's going to get the win here tonight. Off the inbounds, Kent for three. Misses everything. It was so bad. Hankerson wound up with it. She goes up with it, and she's fouled. Knocks the shot down as well. Anisha Hankerson has been very good tonight. Just 7 points. She'll shoot for her 8th. And you wonder why you didn't try to utilize her more if you're Johnson and Wales, because she has the size advantage. She has some touch around the rim. But if you're Piedmont, you're more than okay with that. The junior Hankerson for the three-point play. Good. She is up to 8. She will take a seat for likely the rest of the night. Justice Wallace, Haven MacArthur are in. 63-47 with 2:15 remaining. Who wants to hit the score sheet next? Will it be Angel Jackson? She gives it up to Odoms, who's in the book, and then she throws it away. Don't be selfish. She was looking for Harmon on the right side and fired a fastball into the stands. More substitutions on for JWU. 63 to 47 as Kent drives down the baseline and she knocks it down. And a timeout called by Johnson and Wales. Scoreboard has 63 to 51. I have 63 to 49. It's going to be a win. 157. I got it. Thank you, Erica. They didn't initially count Hankerson's and 1. Problem is I did. I still wound up with 49. 157 remaining here in this game. Well, it's a difference here. If the game sits at 12 right now, there's still a little bit of time to work with if you're the Wildcats. And that was some Ole defense there at the end of that last possession as Kent was all alone on the baseline. Got to finish this bad boy out. So some of the starters are coming back on the floor here for Takara Tatum. Michaela Wolf back in. So's Noni Kumba in the backcourt. She'll bring it up floor as full court pressure put on by the Wildcats. Feed to Kessler all alone. Left-handed. Layup good. Kessler is up to 10. And it's 65-51. Down low, MacArthur off the window, good. And another timeout called by the Wildcats. The freshman MacArthur has her first bucket. And it's 65-53. .136 remaining. The defense has been so stout all night long, starting to leak a little bit here. Maybe attention spans beginning to slip. And there is a bit of a window back in here if you're the Wildcats. Officials are going over to the scores table to discuss things right now. With 1:36 remaining as Piedmont stays in the huddle here, JWU is ready to roll. Now the Bruins will come out. And before we start play, the official wants to talk to Coach Perunk on the far sideline. And now full court pressure being put on here. Kumba to inbounds, finds Stark and back to Kumba, brings it up. Down the floor, Kessler's all alone, waits for the blow-by, puts it off the window and in. Kessler is closing up shop here late. She's taking over the team high with 12. Drive, offensive foul, and guess who drew it? Zenaya Kessler draws the charge after Covington bowled into her. And maybe that's your dagger. 1:22 remaining. And a hockey line change coming on here for Piedmont. Harmon's in, Scott's in, Odom's in, Godwin's in, Jackson in. Lead is 14, 1:19 to play. Scott leaves it off for Harmon. And up top to Jackson, and they'll slow it down between the rings. Jackson is fouled by Covington. That's just the fourth on JWU. They had a foul to give. 67-53. Whistle before the inbounds. There needs to be a reset of the clock. Just a reset of the players. And now we'll get things rolling. Odoms goes to Jackson cross court. And back to Odoms. Down low, Godwin to Odoms. Under a minute to go. Jackson drives, kicks a right corner. Scott just fumbles it out of bounds. And she smacks her thigh in anger. With 54.5 seconds remaining. 67-53. Piedmont now looks like they're in a pretty decent spot to sew this bad boy up. Hankerson free throw line jumper off the window and in. Another timeout by the Wildcats. 46 seconds remaining, and now you imagine maybe a foul and chase game is coming now for Aram Parunk. Kessler with 12, Wolf with 11. And Lyric Custodio with 3 triples were her 9. Trinity Stark with 8. Noni Kumba and Alicia McLeod both with 7. Ashley Lane with 5 tonight. Lily Sanchez with a triple early on in this contest. Brianna Odoms and Amira Godwin on the board. 11 Bruins have scored this evening. Spreading the wealth, and they've really locked things down defensively until about the last 3 minutes now. Full court pressure out of the timeout for the Wildcats. And let's see if the bench mob can crack it. Streaking down the floor looking for Harmon. She gets it, but she misses the transition layup on the bunny, and then she fouls on the way back down the floor. Oh, my goodness. An easy bunny for Yancey Harmon after the great baseball feed from Khalees Scott in the inbounds. And Harmon misses the layup and then fouls Jada Morgan, but she misses the first free throw. No Wildcat on the lane, which is crazy to me. For the second free throw, it's good. So it's an 11-point game with 40 seconds to go. Odoms in the backcourt. Odoms lobs it down low, all alone for the layup. Khalees Scott. 69-56. Scott is the 12th Bruin tonight to score. And deflected out of bounds is Odoms, gets her hand on it. 23 seconds remaining. Shot clock still stuck at 30. That's not right. Muhammad's 3 no good. It hits off the window. Yeah, there have been some shot clock issues tonight here at the Pope Activity Center. And this is actually going to give JWU another shot at this here to try and stay alive, because Muhammad missed the 3, but then the possession is essentially negated. So 24 on the shot clock, 23.5 seconds remaining in the game, 69-56. One official is still discussing things at the scorer's table. And now the game clock is up to 30. Now we're set to go. Muhammad gets the inbound, drives in the lane. Challenge, deflected. She winds it back in her hands, but she misses the floater, and that'll do it. As Brianna Odoms will try and bring it across the timeline. She's challenged by Muhammad, gets it across the stripe, still being bodied, and she's fouled. Brianna Odoms will get 2 shots here. The lead's at 13. Could it be? The 15-point margin of victory is now in sight. 12 after 1 quarter, 13 at half, 14 after 3. It is a math major's dream if Brianna Odoms can knock down a pair here. 14.5 seconds remaining. Free throw up and good. 70-56. Second one for Brianna. No good. Rebound put up, back up, and in. Amira Godwin gets the loose change. She knocks it in. 72-56, 12 seconds remaining. Rogers with 9, with 8. Over left wing, 3 on the way is good for Jada Morgan with 4.8 seconds remaining. 72-59, that'll be your final score tonight. Piedmont did the job tonight, really from start to finish. Defensively holding this high-octane offense down and offensively spreading the wealth with 12 Bruins hitting the scoring column. Stay tuned for post-game coverage. We'll hear from Coach Takara Tatum and our player of the game coming up next. 72-59, your final score here on the Bruin Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
PIU/concerts. Piedmont International University presents an evening of worship with Phil Wickham.
Jesus Christ, my living hope.
Enjoy a wonderful evening of worship with Phil Wickham, Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First on University Parkway. The concert starts at 7. Doors open at 6. Tickets on sale now. Premium tickets include early entry and artist meet and greet.
This is amazing grace.
It's Phil Wickham in concert, presented by Piedmont International/concerts. That's Piedmont.edu/concerts. Piedmont International University presents an evening of worship with Phil Wickham.
Jesus Christ, my living hope.
Enjoy a wonderful evening of worship with Phil Wickham, Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First on University Parkway. The concert starts at 7. Doors open at 6. Tickets on sale now. Premium tickets include early entry and artist meet and greet.
This is amazing grace.
It's Phil Wickham in concert, presented by Piedmont International University, Friday, March 1st at Winston-Salem First.
Your love awakens, awakens, awakens me. We give you glory, glory.
For tickets or more information, visit Piedmont.u.edu/concerts. That's Piedmont.u.edu.
Ministry and theological education does not have to force you into mounds of debt, uproot your family, or stifle your current church ministry. Piedmont International University's Temple Baptist Seminary offers flexible online courses and affordable tuition prices with Scripture as its foundation and practical ministry training as its goal. With concentrations like chaplaincy, marriage and family counseling, leadership, missions, expository preaching, discipleship, and more, finding a program is easy to do. Temple Baptist Seminary at Piedmont International University. Ministry where God calls, seminary where you are. For more information about degree programs and offerings, visit piedmontu.edu.
Final score here tonight. Piedmont International wins it over Johnson and Wales for their second win in a row here in this homestand this week. Corey Glore back with you and joined now by head coach Takara Tatum down on the floor. Coach, congrats on the win. This was really all hands on deck tonight,
Thank you
wasn't
so much.
it?
Yes.
This was, I count 12 in the scoring sheet here tonight. Talk about the ability to just spread the wealth with this team now where there's no real one standout tonight. Everybody chipped into this win.
Yes, we've been talking about sharing the ball and getting everybody involved, trying to get more assists up in the game. So I'm very proud of them for being able to do that tonight.
This was a team coming in that they hadn't played in a while, but they had won 3 in a row. This is a high-octane offense when they're playing well, and you hold them to 58 points on the night. What was the key thing for you guys defensively to really lock things down most of the night?
We've been talking about making sure that we've been boxing out on our end. We placed emphasis on that the entire weekend while we was working on practice. So I think that they came out and they kind of let the offense know that we weren't going to stand for any shots, and then we were boxing out and securing rebounds, so that helped us a lot.
There were a lot of those little things tonight, it felt like, where extra possessions were gained, whether it's offensive rebounds or turnovers due to maybe some unawareness from JWU. But for 40 minutes here tonight, it just seemed like your team was focused and ready to finish the job off. And those little moments were diving for loose balls. They just were, from start to finish, everywhere here tonight.
Right. We challenged them to step up and work hard, and I'm very glad to see that they were able to execute it.
After the win Monday, that close, really intense win over Voorhees, to get a win like this, which you get able to hold the Wildcats at arm's length most of the night here tonight, and to back up that win one day with a win like this tonight, what does that say about this team as we're at the midway point of the year?
I think they realize that it's a bigger picture here. We're not working just for one game, but we're actually trying to do something different here at Piedmont, and I think everybody is buying into the program, and we're focused, and that's kind of been the tip of the scale for our success.
And you're able to get everybody some time here tonight with a very quick turnaround tomorrow afternoon. So you're able to kind of spread the minutes out a little bit too, and maybe get some of these girls off their feet for the end of this game.
Yes, we're focused on tomorrow and then next week, so we are locked in on this season.
Well, Coach Tatum, congrats on the win. This was a fun one to watch here tonight. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
That's Coach Takara Tatum. After this 14-point win here tonight, she's going to hand the microphone and the headset off to our player of the game. And I'll tell you what, Zanaya, it's a tough one to pick a player of the game on, because as we were just talking with your coach about, everybody really contributed here tonight, but it was you down the stretch that really sewed this game up. What did you see late in this game that made you really take things over?
Basically team bonding. Like, in the beginning of the year, we didn't have that communication or whatever, but now we're like really bonded and we're able to share the ball, box out as a team. Sideline is right the biggest impact of the game. So pretty much it was all encouragement.
That last couple of minutes for you in that fourth quarter, you get the couple of buckets to kind of push things out a little bit more, and then the charge that really sewed things up there in that final minute. It just seemed like in the last couple of minutes you were everywhere that you needed to be to make the right play, and that goes to the preparation that this team has built together here over the last couple of weeks, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. That's mental toughness.
This team, talking with your coach about this team that you played tonight, a very good offensive team, and you held them well below their season average. What was the key for you that you saw defensively to help things out on that end?
Boxing out, rebounding, finding my man.
It's pretty simple in theory, right? But in practice, it takes time, and that's where this team has gelled over 14 games, right? To have an effort like this against a very good team, to come out and really dominate things from the middle of the first quarter on.
It was.
Now a very quick turnaround for you guys tomorrow with a 1 o'clock game just down the road at Salem. What's the key in your mind over the next couple of hours to kind of push this game out from behind you and focus on the road game coming up tomorrow?
Rest.
Well, with that being said, I'll let you go. Zanaya, congrats tonight. 12 points. You finished with the game high for Piedmont, and you helped this 14-point win. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you so much.
72-58, your final score here tonight. We'll wrap things up after this here on the Bruin Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live.
Ministry and theological education does not have to force you into mounds of debt, uproot your family, or stifle your current church ministry. Piedmont International University's Temple Baptist Seminary offers flexible online courses and affordable tuition prices with Scripture as its foundation and practical ministry training as its goal. With concentrations like chaplaincy, marriage and family counseling, leadership, missions, expository preaching, discipleship, and more, finding a program is easy to do. Temple Baptist Seminary at Piedmont International University. Ministry where God calls, seminary where you are. For more information about degree programs and offerings, visit piedmontu.edu.
Piedmont International 72, Johnson & Wales 58. Your final score here tonight as the Bruins move to 6-8 on this season. They grab their second consecutive win, and it is everybody into the pool tonight 12 in the scoring column, just 2 in double figures. And that's how a team win is put together. Johnson and Wales falls to 5-4 on the year, but a very, very quick turnaround upcoming here for the Lady Bruins. Just 15 hours from now, they will tip things off just down the road at Salem College. It's a 1 o'clock tip-off. Make the trip out there if you can. We will not have coverage for you here of that game here on the Bruins Sports Network. In fact, our next broadcast of Bruins basketball comes your way Tuesday night when the women are right back here to take on Carolina Christian. That is a 5:25 airtime. We'll be on the air right then for the 5:30 tip-off. That's Dave Shook will be on the call for you then. The men are in a tournament at Bluefield, Virginia, beginning Sunday and Monday. The next men's game here at home will be Wednesday night at 7 o'clock tip-off against Warren Wilson. But that'll wrap things up for us here this evening. I want to thank the production team led by Mason, Erica on the board here tonight. You also have Zach, you have Adrian, you had Matt on the PA, all chipping in here tonight to assist with the broadcast. But most especially, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight, wherever you might be, however you might have been tuning in. Thank you for spending a part of your Friday night with us. For all those people I just mentioned, the entire crew here at Pope Activities Center, I'm Corey Glore. Thank you again for spending your night with us. And once again, your final score, Piedmont International 72, Johnson and Wales 58. You heard it all right here on the Bruins Sports Network from Carolina Sports Live. Good night, everyone.